Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to walk you through how to earn your first $1,000 on Upwork. Getting your first $1,000 on Upwork is usually the most difficult part of Upwork. And this is because the algorithm is somehow more favorable to those who have reviews on Upwork, to those who have earned something, to those who have these badges, rising talent and top rated and all those kind of badges. So how do you break in as someone who is just starting out, who is coming into Upwork for the first time without any earnings and without any much portfolios to showcase? So the first thing you want to do is to optimize your profile. Your profile is the most important aspect of Upwork. Without an optimized Upwork profile, you find it very difficult to get a job. So how do you optimize your Upwork profile? It is by first picking a niche. Now there are many of us have a lot of talents, a lot of skills. For example, I'm a software developer. I do back end, I do front end with Flutter. I do mobile development with Flutter. I'm also into technical writing. You see, I have done Facebook advertisements. I'm very good with digital marketing. But you see, if I want to jumble all this and put everything together into my profile, it is going to look disjointed. So what I do is I pick the ones that are closely related and then I showcase them on Upwork. For example, being a software engineer means that I can do back-end development, I can do front-end development, right? So naturally Flutter comes in, and as a developer you usually do documentation, and that is where technical writing comes in. So you see, I just picked the ones that are related: technical writing, software engineering, Python developer, Flutter developer. I put those ones together, and that way someone can easily see me as a professional who is specialized in one thing, instead of just the person that knows how to do advertisement, that can write a blog article and can do SEO and do all sorts of things. So it is always best to have a professional, personalized profile, a profile that showcases just one aspect of your skill. Then the next thing you want to do is to have a very good profile picture. Profile pictures speak a lot about you. When clients see your profile picture, they want to see a professional. They want to see someone they can relate with. So when you take a picture, when you post a picture that does not convey someone that is professional, then it gives them a wrong impression of you. And this type of professional pictures are usually headshots. It mustn't be in suit and tie. It can be in a plain t-shirt. But let the picture be very clear. Let it be a professional headshot, not a selfie, right? So that gives them the impression that you are a professional. Then the next thing you want to do is to align your skills in your profile. Align your skills in such a way that you are not just talking about what you can do. You are talking about how what you can do can help your potential clients, right? So I will not just say I am a Flutter developer, I have 5 years experience, I have 3 years experience and all those kind of things. Rather, I will say, as a Flutter developer, I can develop an application that runs both on Android and iPhone from the same code base, right? I can help you get your app published on Google Play Store and on Apple Store. I can help you get DUNS number so that you can place your applications, so that you can create an organization account with Google Play Console, and you can also post your apps on Apple Store. So you see that I've outlined not just what I can do, but how what I can do will help the client to solve their problems. They are not just looking for someone that can develop an application. They are looking for someone that can develop and deploy and advise on the best processes to follow when it comes to deploying their application. You would want to position yourself as an expert, as someone who does not just give the barest minimum, but can guide and help them to make money. Because in the long run, everybody wants to make money. So they are paying you to make money. And if they are paying you to make money, then they should receive value in your interaction with them. So you position yourself as an expert, from your professional profile picture to your profile that outlines your skills, in addition to how those skills will help the potential client to solve their problems. Then the next thing you want to focus on is your cover letters. As someone who is starting out, your cover letters will be ignored a lot, and that is the truth. It is going to be ignored a lot because you are competing with other freelancers who have gained traction, who have earned a lot, who have some social proof. For example, if you are someone that wants to hire and you see an application from someone that has no earning, and then you see an application from someone that has 1,000 earnings, naturally you would want to go with the person that has 1,000 earnings. And why? Because in your mind you think that if this person has 1,000 earnings, it means they are good. It means that other clients already trust them. I would rather gamble with them. So you see that you are automatically disadvantaged as someone who is starting out on Upwork. So how do you break in? The simple and the most effective way to break in is to make your cover letter to stand out. Be different from the rest. Don't talk about you. Talk about the client. Talk about what you will do for the client. Talk about how you will help the client to solve their problems. Personalize the cover letter. For example, if someone puts out a job post that they're looking for a Python developer. Now, most people, what they will do is they will go ahead and say, yes, I saw your job post, you're looking for a Python developer, I have 5 years experience in this, in that, and they go on like that. But you can come in a different way, because first of all, the client has to open your cover letter. If they don't open it, they won't see the entire thing. So if you are starting with I have 5 years experience, I have 10 years experience, I have 3 years experience, they may not bother to open your cover letter to read the entire thing. So even if you have something more interesting inside, they wouldn't know. So you start with the most interesting aspect of your cover letter. Your best shot is to stand out, and standing out starts from the very first line. So you pick a pinpoint and address it. For example, you say, okay, there was a particular proposal I sent, a cover letter I sent, where the client was looking for a tutor, someone that will help them to get into software engineering. And I started like this because I've gone through the person's profile. I see that they are into forestry and those kind of stuff. So I addressed my cover letter like this. I said, as a microbiologist who transitioned into tech, I know the challenges that come with learning new skills. And I am going to use my understanding to guide you properly to ensure that you know you don't make the mistakes I made when I was coming in. That was how I started the cover letter. So first of all, the client says that this is someone they can relate with because they are coming in from a field that is not originally tech related, and now they see someone who also came in from a field that is not tech related. They feel that this person can relate with them. So even if you don't have much earnings, they will still go ahead and click your cover letter to read the entire thing. Then in the cover letter, you also break down what you want to do for them. Yes, you will teach them, but how? So you say, I'll start with the basics. in the first 3 weeks, we'll look at the basics of software engineering. We'll cover this, we'll cover that, we'll cover that. Then thereafter, we'll go into frameworks, and then we choose a path and all those kind of things. So you break down completely how you would help them to solve the problem. This is just an example, but you can adapt it to suit whatever job you are applying. So like I said, speak to the client's pain point right from the very beginning. Skip the introduction, skip the generic I am good, I have 5 years experience, those kind of things. Say something different, something that will catch their attention. You can lead with a question. So that is how to stand out from the competition as someone who is starting out. The next thing you want to do is, in your job application also, you need to focus on the milestones. Talk to the client about the milestones. So use the milestones as an avenue to break down the task. I will do this within 3 days, you pay me so amount. I will do that within the next 4 days, you pay me so amount. So they have a roadmap of what you are going to do. That is what will prompt them to want to interview you. And then during the interview is where you close them. So interview is like just normal job interview. So the client wants to know you, they want to know if you can solve their problem. And also you want to know the client if they are someone you can work with. Because there are clients that you cannot work with. There are clients that put out fake job posts and job posts that are misleading. And you would want to ensure that you're working with a client that it's either they know what they want or they are willing to allow you to guide them properly. With that, you see that you start getting traction. Or you start having people open your cover letters, and when they open, you have a higher chance of being interviewed. And when you are being interviewed, you have a higher chance of getting a job. The next most important aspect of making your first $1,000 on Upwork is applying consistently. Now, applying consistently does not mean applying to everything. It means applying to the things that align with your skills and applying more, because it is a competition. Sadly, that is the truth. It is a competition. You're competing with other freelancers from every other part of the world. And the more you apply, the more your chances of getting in. And that is why you would not want to apply to just anything. Because first, connects are expensive. Because connects are expensive, you wouldn't want to spend them anyhow. So you verify that the client has a verified payment, the client has some success in their hiring, and then you are sure that what the client is asking, you can deliver. Don't apply based on, I hope I can deliver. Apply based on what you are very sure, 100% sure that you can deliver. Because when you apply to jobs that you are not properly aligned with, you end up wasting your connect. For example, as a software engineer, if I apply for a job on SEO, because my profile shows that I'm a software engineer and not an SEO expert, if I apply, I am not going to get the job and my connect is gone. Why? Because the client will not wait to find out whether, apart from software engineering, I also do SEO. They are going to see applications from people who have on their profile that they are SEO experts. So it is naturally going for them, and he will ignore my proposal. So apply only to the ones that align best with your skills. Apply to the ones that you know that even if they wake you up at night, you can deliver. And the next important thing is to deliver. Deliver an awesome job that will make the client to give you a very good review, and secondly, to want to hire you again. Now, this is what happens. Most people, most freelancers that you see that have thousands of dollars in earning, most of jobs came from people, from clients that are coming back for them because they did a very good job the first time. When the clients have that need again, they will immediately send them an invite. So you see that those people may not even need to apply through the normal sending of proposal and those kind of things. It is the client that will send them an invite and say, oh, you did this for me the other time. I have this now. Are you available to do it? And you see that sometimes these persons have increased their rate. Maybe as at the time they worked earlier on, their rate was $5 per hour. And because they have earned more, they have raised their rates to maybe about $12. And the client is willing to pay. Why? Because they already know how this person works. They know that they can work very well with this person. They know that this person will deliver an awesome job. And that is what every client is looking for. So whether the gig is $5 or it is $10 or it is $200 or it is $1,000, your most important priority is to deliver something that the clients will be proud of, so that first they can talk about it to another client and say, oh, I know somebody that can do this for you. Like my first job on Upwork, I worked with somebody from Hungary, and I refactored his documentation for the back end of a publishing application that he did. And after a successful job, he gave me 5 stars rating, and then he referred his colleague who worked on the front end aspect of that same task to me, and there was no interview. The colleague just said, this person told me that you did this for him. Can you do this also for me? And that was it. We agreed. I got the job. So you see that these two persons, anytime they have any similar job, or anytime they have a job that they know that I can handle, they will naturally come to me. Why? Because they both gave me 5 stars. They both enjoyed our working relationship. They knew that I delivered, and I was always communicating with them in the process. So they know me, they trust me, and they would want to hire me again. And that is exactly what you need to do. You want your client to know you, to trust you, to want to hire you again because you delivered a very good job. So those are the skills, those are the things you need to put in place so that you can earn your first $1,000 on Upwork. And like I said, as someone who is starting out, your rates should be lower than your competitors. So if you are in software engineering and you see that the average is $25 per hour, you can set yours at $10 per hour. Why? Because you are starting out. You need those reviews on Upwork. You need them to be able to raise your rate. So by setting your rates lower than competitor, it will increase your chances of being hired, especially by clients who have a very low budget. And that way, you get the job done, you get a review, and you can increase your rate subsequently. If you enjoy this type of content, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because I drop videos like this on how you can upskill, how you can increase your earning, and how you can grow in your tech journey. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, kindly drop them in the comment section. I'll be there to reply and to offer more guidance. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.